Hello, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful conversation with Aude, who is part of our community and our amazing VIP client that we have been on a journey with the last months. Hi, Aude. How are you feeling today?
Hi, Daya. Very fine and happy to be with you today.
I would love to ask you a bit more about yourself. If you would share the most authentically who you are today in this moment and how you serve, who you serve, and how you serve your clients, what would you say?
That's a good question and an ongoing process. Who I am today, I'm a woman trying to help and guide other women on a journey I started probably 6 years ago when I got divorced. I would say that's the starting point of my journey because before I would say I was wearing blinkers. And so I started this journey 6 years ago and I started an inner work outside. I changed nearly everything in my life over the period. And nowadays, I guide women to fulfill in all areas of their life, and especially the financial side, which I worked a lot for myself as well. I'm also a mom of two boys. Uh, I'm French. I live in Belgium. So yeah, that's who I am today.
Beautiful. And your superpower is to work with the subconscious, to really reprogram the mind with hypnotherapy and hypnosis. And the beauty of your work is that it's so applicable to so many leaders out there. And I remember when we started in the beginning, when we started our journey, you were already coaching and you were already working with leaders and you were helping them with reprogramming their mind, their subconscious mind towards more abundance and towards more success in their life and their business. And you already had coaching clients when we met, and then you had a couple of workshops and a couple of opportunities to speak. And as we started, it really took off and it really it was a wave of events that just happened. But before that, what I'm curious about was you had a good base, and when you came to me you wanted to expand that, and I'm curious, why then? What made you say, now I want to take this time and invest in my time and myself to be coached, to be able to do this on a bigger scale? Why then?
Yeah.
What changed?
I should say that in 2023, mid 2023, I took the decision I want to get more visible. I had the belief, the feeling that it was quite important to me for my activity, for myself, for the impact I wanted to have. So I started to search for opportunities. And you're true, when I met you, or before I met you, I already did a couple of workshops online and live. But what I realized is that you need to learn how to do that efficiently because I was offering my time to people. So I did workshops, as you explained, but I had the feeling that I didn't have the impact I wanted to have. I felt that I was not that impactful. I loved doing workshops, so it was a good point to me. I want to do that again. I want to do more of them, but I want to learn how to do them in an efficient way for myself and for the audience. I met you and I said, I need to work with you, definitely, to boost my visibility and to do it in a more efficient way and more impactful way.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you knew that there were two parts for you. One is becoming more impactful in your delivery, knowing that I will be able to create a deeper transformation. And the secondly is to create a larger impact. So both broader and deeper, with the broader being more visible. Knowing that, coming to me and starting this journey, what happened next?
I think I had the big haha moment or the biggest haha moment to me when we started to work together. is that I understood that connection was quite important, connecting with your audience. Before meeting you, when I did workshops or conferences, I was sharing information. I was delivering information. I thought it's very interesting, and yeah, I was a little bit like a teacher. But I understood that's not the way to be impactful. That's not the way you share your messages in the right way. And we started with the breakthrough story, opening up to your audience, speaking about your feelings, about your life, about your experiences to create the connection. And then you can share information. And that completely changed the way I did workshops. I spoke in public. And yeah, it was really powerful because as soon as I started to do it like that, I received very positive feedback for other women who was coming to me at the end saying, wow, okay, I did the same thing a few years ago. I recognized myself in your story. And my impact was bigger, my fulfillment was bigger, and the audience, I saw in their eye that it was completely different. So I think that's the biggest turnover I made with you at the beginning.
And how did it make you feel, those moments when you saw the deep impact that your workshops were creating for them?
It's huge. I can remember in November 2023, I spoke to a forum, a live forum here in Brussels, organized by Hell magazine. And that was the first time I did my workshop, like you taught me. And when I saw tears in the eyes of some women in front of me, oh, I connect with you. It was very powerful, to be honest, completely different. And I said, yeah, I want more of that. I want that connection again.
And I like that you say, I want more of that, because what happened next was that in that journey, as you went, I think it was in the first month, you had already pre-booked one workshop, but what followed was two workshops, two articles in Elle magazine. So Elle and invited to Google, being on the radio, and literally going on a speaking tour. At some point, I think back then I was still using my Instagram stories, and I was just, wow, that we are posting, because there's so much sharing and celebrating you every week. You, at some points, you didn't have time to have calls with me because you are speaking in Paris, speaking in Elle, speaking on Google, speaking on radios, being in articles. And it was so wonderful to see. And I'm curious to hear what happened, what made that boost of opportunities come your way, in your opinion?
I think that point about connection was quite important and really a game changer because, for instance, to take the example of Google, it's because a woman was at the Health Forum. So when I did this workshop I previously described, she was in the audience and she was, wow, it's so impactful. I want you to come to my office. I want you to come at Google to do that speech, to speak about the subconscious mind. So when you increase your impact, you increase the number of opportunities you receive. And then again, I should admit, I didn't really search for opportunity. They came to me. Yeah, it was like a flow. And when you speak at the radio, then someone will find you impactful and it's another opportunity. The first step is starting, and then yeah, it's a snowball.
Yes. And then in one sense, it's a snowball, but also, like you said, when you're good at something, mastering the art of becoming really good at delivering your workshop, becoming really good and preparing for podcasts, preparing for radio interviews, getting media trained makes a difference, because as much as you put marketing and website and everything on, if you don't have a good product, in this case a good workshop, a good delivery of your, when you go on the radio, when you are interviewed in articles, if you don't know how to do that, if you're winging it, then the product itself is not really good. So when you have a quality, when you know that I am confident that I'm media trained, I know what I talk about, my stories are worked out, this is the best I can deliver, and you've been trained to do that and you have worked on that, then you also can get the confidence to be able to go for something bigger. And I would love to ask you about, was there anything proactively that you did to create workshops? How was it when it comes to partnerships or something working with others in the ecosystem? Is there a shift in you in how you approach collaborations and creating those opportunities? From one side, there are more coming because you are getting better at delivery, but is there anything else that you do nowadays that is allowing for more opportunities to be created?
But a point I didn't mention, and when I'm hearing you, which is quite important as well, is that you brought me an efficient structure. So I know now that someone can ask me to organize a workshop in 2 days, for instance, I can do it. I have my steps, I have my structure, very efficient, and I didn't have it before working with you. So I was structuring something by myself, and it brings a lot of confidence to have it, to understand how it works, how you can be efficient, impactful. And I get that you're true when you deliver workshops, but because you're getting better and better at it, you attract new opportunities, new partner. And when we started working together, even though I liked speaking in public, I was not that confident. Yeah, you can ask me to deliver a workshop in French, in English, I can do it. I don't have to prepare it for a while. Really a flow, and that's really valuable. And for me, it brought a lot of confidence. And it really increased my legitimacy. So for sure, it brought me new partners. I was visible in the press, on social media. So she talked to Hell, etc. So it brought me new opportunities, new partners. Yeah, because of my credibility has significantly increased over the past few months. So I was not hiding anymore.
Yes, yes, beautiful. And leading to that, one thing that you shared with me that was really interesting is that you said when you got that credibility, when you get that confidence, and you get that initial first success with being invited to speak on Google, speaking in Elle magazine and articles, radio, all these amazing opportunities in Paris, in Belgium, in Brussels as well, there was something that you told me that I love. You said, Daria, now I want to become the Marisa Peers of Belgium. I want to be that. This is something that came after the first steps of having that validation. Okay, I have something here and I know I can go for it. And I'd love to hear what made you believe that this is what I want. Was the dream in you? Was there something? How did you realize that this is what you want? That you want to be, no, not Marisa Peers, but the Marisa Peers, the odds being known and recognized and being able to create this type of impact with your hypnotherapy.
Yeah, I would say of Belgium and France, because I work on both countries. So now
Yeah.
the vision is expanding. It's no longer Belgium only, it's French-speaking countries. Now, when I think speaking in public really broadened my vision. Before that, I was working one-on-one with my clients, doing my job, receiving good feedbacks. Yeah, it was nice, but when I started to speak more in public, it opened new doors, it broadened my vision, and I said, no, I don't want to be just a good therapist or a good subconscious expert and so on. I want to be more. I want to build an empire. That's something I like to say because I worked in real estate to build something. It's an addiction when you start sharing your message, sharing your impact, speak in public. I realized I loved it. So I wanted to build something strong, international, and be able to speak like she does on Mind Valley. She's currently in Dubai, so all over the world, speaking about subconscious mind and many different stuff. And I said, yeah, I want to do the same. So I think it's a question of authorization. And when I start to work with you, I started to give myself authorization to dream big, to play big, and that's very nice.
Beautiful. I love it. And that you gave yourself the permission to go for your big dreams and to actually dream big and say, what if this is, why not? I can do this in this lifetime. I can play and I can be limitless and I can go for the biggest impact. And I usually say that public speaking is less about, of course, there's the structure and having a simple structure and getting media trained, getting to learn how to build partnership, how to build your positioning, how to build the business of speaking is important. And yet, it's only one part of it because without the spiritual journey of self leadership and the identity upgrade that you go for and the purification of becoming the Marisa Peers of Belgium and France, becoming the visibility. Many people say, I want to be visible, I want to be on TEDx, I want to be in front of an audience, I want to make more money. And as it's on the conscious level, yes, but on the subconscious level, there's so many layers. The permission to stand out, the permission to be happy, the permission to be different. There's so many things that have to be worked through that require that our human is scared and saying, okay, we are going for big impact, but there's going to be more people who will have opinions on me. Will I be safe? So can you talk to the work that we did, that when that started, we went into the self leadership and the purification of your identity on a deeper level of, okay, if we are going to play in that way, we also need to have your whole human and your higher conscious on board saying, okay, we are all in. There's no self-sabotage. There's nothing blocking in your system, in your actual nervous system for that type of impact. Can you speak into that a bit?
Yeah, no, it's quite true and quite important. And in the journey we are doing together, I think the inner work is really part of it, and definitely probably the most important one at the beginning, because you can have the structure, you can have the skill, but if you don't dare showing yourself, being vulnerable, being authentic, you don't create the connection. So you can have the structure, but you don't have the impact. So what you really helped me to do is really, as you mentioned, to lay off, all these fears, these doubts. We went deep inside, yeah, to really clean and to allow me to take my leadership, as you mentioned. And I used to say at the beginning, I was still the nice little girl doing her job quite well, quite, yeah, the nice girl. And now I can really see the difference, daring to share on social media, to share in public about my experience, about my vulnerability, my life. And it is really what allowed me to take my leadership. And it's still an ongoing process, but I really saw the difference thanks of the work we did together at an inner level, for sure.
Beautiful. So yeah, the identity upgrade with the
Yeah.
purification of looking at what parts in me are still not on board, are still scared, and how can we get them on board and give them that love and attention so you feel safe to be visible. Because if you feel safe to be yourself, then you are more authentic and you are more vulnerable. And that's what makes you unique, because the uniqueness is not from, as much as the tools are important, the combination of the tools and your personality being visible is what makes you completely unique, and being able to go for being the Marisa Peers of Belgium and of France and your own version of that. And I would love to ask you a last question is, what do you think makes this work that we do unique? If we talk about choosing working with someone that does positioning and visibility and public speaking and all those things. And then we can put words into that, because many times it's not only one part, it's all combination of both leadership and business strategy and the actual public speaking. But what do you think makes this work unique in the way that, what's special about the work that we did together so far in the way that we work.
Yeah, but what is amazing with you is that, first of all, I came to you for TEDx, for public speaking, because I saw and I realized that you had this huge experience in visibility, speaking in public. So that was my goal, and I came to you for that. But I discovered that you're much more than that, definitely. And what is really unique to me is your genius. I would really say it's your genius to be able to work on strategy. I remember we had some sessions really focus on taking actions, strategies, marketing. So you're an expert in that, and it was quite helpful to me. And on the other hand, as I previously mentioned, in some sessions, you were shifting into a more energetic part, helping me to do this inner work. And the combination of both, I would say, is quite powerful. And it's really what allowed me to do this jump in my activity, in my visibility, and in my identity as well. And something which is also quite impressive to me, that sometimes you feel before myself what is fair to me or what is good to me. So you are really connected to me, and that's super, super powerful. So in each session, you really feel what was the best to me to help me continue in my journey, but be it more energetic, being more strategic. So yeah, it's super powerful, very much. And it's
Uh,
quite unique.
can you share a story about this feeling? Can you give an example of that you feel like I can feel before? Because part of being a coach for me is to see the expanded vision for someone else. It's really holding the vision together. And I do meditation, I do reflections on each and one of the VIP clients, which is why I only have maximum 5 at the same time, is because I am holding the vision with you. And I go deep into the reflection of, okay, what could be the best on a deeper level for you in the expanded vision. I think that's one of the roles of a good mentor, of a good coach, to see the vision before your clients can see that. So can you give an example where you felt that for you, that you could not see it, and then I brought something and it really resonated?
Yeah, but I had several examples. To begin with, I remember a day when I was not feeling that well, but I was hiding it because I wanted to be like the good coachee. And we started the Zoom. And I didn't mention anything. I was trying to appear to be quite normal, but I was inside quite emotional. And you already felt it. And you told me, I, I don't remember exactly what you said, but you said what I needed to hear at that moment. I don't know, but it's really, for me, it was, wow, it's like you are inside me and you know better than me what I needed at that time. So that's an example I quite remember, but because it's precious, it's really precious to me. And you said, okay, maybe take time, rest a little bit, and we'll do the session a little bit later. And I said, wow, she's so connected to me. So that's an example. You spoke about the vision, and it's true that what I saw is that when we started to work together, I still had limiting beliefs about myself. I probably still have, and I was not dreaming big, as you said, but you brought me the vision. Say, you brought me, no, I see you, you can be the Marisa Peer or a Marisa Peer, etc. You saw me in my higher self, I would be, before I could see me in my higher self. And that you shared with me in several sessions what you saw. And it's really resonated inside, even though at that level, probably say, no, it's not me. But yeah, okay, I know that's, she saw me. I can start seeing myself as well in that position, in that identity. Yeah, it's really a gift you have, I would say, to see your clients, yeah, in the best version of themselves. So It's really
Beautiful.
helpful.
Thank you so much. Happy to hear that. The importance for me in those moments is that it's never me telling you what to do, but it's more about part of also the mentorship role for me, in my opinion, is to show versions of yourself. There are different versions. There's not one version. I see this for you, and I see those versions, and there are multiple universes that can be parallel. In one world you might be this, in another world, but there's almost the playfulness of you can be anything you want, and let's play with, does this fit? Oh, this fit. I like this. This is fun. Or, oh, I don't like this at all. The journey of exploring your identity. And it's more than business, because in the end, it's not only about business. It's about feeling home in your life, in your business, but also in your time with your partner, with your family, with yourself. So it's about making sure that what you're building is actually what makes you happy. So thank you so much for sharing today, Aude. I'm so grateful for this conversation. And more importantly, I'm excited because when you get on this journey, there's so much uncovering. You said, I came for TEDx, but actually what I discovered was something completely different, something which is more the fit for you right now, for what you need and what you want. So you come for something, but the journey will unfold and we will see what will come out. And I am excited with this beautiful foundation that we have created, where you will be in 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year. And who knows, either we will look back at this and this recording and be excited for, wow, look at how far. Celebrate the past, celebrate of the now, and right now where we are, celebrate the beautiful journey you've been on so far, and also knowing that there's so much more that is magic on just coming your way right now, because you set up the good foundations for that on an energetic level, on leadership level, but also in the business structure. So I'm celebrating you, and I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for everyone who are listening to resonate and connect with that feeling of this journey, that it's actually, yes, TEDx, yes, stages, but more importantly is that you're enjoying the journey as you do it, as you're actually discovering yourself through the journey of your goals and your mission. It's not only for the clients, it's also for me in this as well, that I get to grow with my clients and enjoy the journey as well, so that everyone filled, the cup is full for you and for them. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm very grateful for this. Thank you.
Thank you to you.